We are going to start paper piecing template A because it is the easier of the two templates. So you need your square of fabric, 2 triangles, and your paper piecing template. And you are going to take the template and turn it over and place the square on top of it so it completely covers it. And you are going to make sure that the outside of your fabric is facing out. So you're going to have the outside of your fabric here, and if you turn it over, you have the outside of your paper piecing template. Okay, next we are going to start with 2A. So grab one of your triangles, and now if you place it like this so that the triangle covers the fabric, it is not going to work. You're going to have to unpick it, and unpicking paper piecing is terrible. Some people like to use a little bit of glue to attach your 1A fabric to the paper. I've done this enough that I don't, but when I started I used either kind of glue or tape. Just a glue stick will work. So here we have our paper piecing template all set up. Now you'll notice that if you had the triangle going like this, and you sewed along that seam and you turned it over, you would realize shortly that that was incorrect because the seam would be right here. So you always want to make sure when you are paper piecing that you always want to make sure that if you are paper piecing this piece, that it doesn't cover this piece, instead it's over here. The other thing I'm going to share is the tip that Lee shared, and she has a whole video about it. But basically, if we go like this, if you fold back the paper, and if this is the seam allowance, and if you can see that this white triangle completely covers the paper, then you know that you're not going to have to unpick anything. This is really important. It's not so important with triangles where you can gauge it, but if you have odd shapes or odd angles, this can be really helpful. So take it to your machine like this and just stitch right along this line. Once you've sewn that line, it's time to trim. So you just fold the paper back and then trim 1/4 inch. And this is a really cool setup. It is the Daylight wafer light, I think. I'll figure that out. But it comes with a cutting mat on top of it. So the light works like a light box. It just really helps you to be able to see a little bit better with your paper piecing. And I love that the mat is translucent. Fold your fold your fabric back over, and then go press this seam. Once the seam is pressed, then you just continue with the next one. So I know that this is a triangle, so I am going to put my fabric on like this. I'm going to fold it back over, and as you can see, I have a really large seam allowance and it barely fits the triangle. So I am going to adjust that a little bit and see. And now you can see when I fold it back that it will fit, meaning the paper will cover the whole triangle. And then you just stitch along the seam. After you have sewn the second seam, then you do the same thing. You fold the paper back, you trim it, and then you go press this portion. And then you can trim around this whole thing. I'm going to stand up because it's a little bit awkward with this setup. After I trim, I like to take the paper off. It's a personal preference, but I find that I'm able to line seams better up when I sew them together if I've taken the paper off. I did not say this at the beginning, but hopefully you read the pattern and know that you need to Sometimes they're a little bit finicky. Hopefully you read the pattern and know that you need to reduce your stitch length. Mine is at a 1.4 right now, and that is template A. After you have done this, repeat so that you have 3 template A's. So once you have sewn both of the templates, A and B, and then you have taken off the paper, you can leave the paper on. I think it's a lot easier to do it like this. You are going to line up these 2 seam lines. I like these really extra fine glass pins. But you're going to line them up. You'd like to pin just inside that angle. So line them up and put a pin in. I'm going to put 2 more in just because we've got some bias edges. And then you're going to sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance right there.